This chance for 196 here with another review, this time of the Hot Toys 1/6 scale Iron Man Iron Monger. So here you go. So this toy was given to me review by Fantastic Toy Shop, Toy Anxiety. They're a fantastic place. If you're ever in Arizona, definitely go check out their store. If not, go online to toyanxiety.com. The link will be in the description. They have all the 6 scale figures you could want, and they part out figures. It's just, they have everything that you could want. So yeah. So very excited to get this guy out of package and to do a review, so let's get to it. So here's the Ironmonger out of package, looking spectacular, and because he really doesn't have that many accessories, let's go over the figure. Let's go right into that. And I'm sure the focus of a lot of people and what a lot of people want to know is the size of this guy. So rest assured there'll be plenty of size comparisons throughout this review. But let's go into the figure. So just going over the face here. Looking incredible, extremely movie accurate. Really do love it. It looks fantastic, and it does light up, which I'll show you later. And just the metal in this costume is really great. The metal texturing is spectacular. I think it's fantastic and just really cool. And while we're checking out the metal, let's compare it to a piece of the metal from the Ironmonger suit of Iron Man. One thing that I collect other than toys is prop cards and costume cards. So I do have a piece of the metal here, which is kind of interesting. So as you can see, it is very accurate to the metal of the actual Ironmonger, and yeah, just thought that would be really cool to kind of show you with him. But overall, really spectacular. So as far as the arms here, he does have the arm shoulder plating, of course, which he did have in the movie, that's connected onto his back by little pistons and stuff there, which is really neat. And the arms are extremely nice, and he is just extremely bulky. Just so you can see him compared to my hand, extremely bulky, as you can see there. I love all the inner workings and everything that you can see with the arm shoulders and everything. Think that looks fantastic. Love the back here. Really cool, extremely movie accurate. Love the huge circle roundness, just like Ironmonger. I mean, as far as accuracy, the Ironmonger look is spectacular. I haven't found anything wrong with the accuracy of the actual look of Ironmonger. It is perfect, just absolutely fantastic. These panels do open to do different features, which I will show you later. Features are coming up very soon. So now let's go down a little bit on the figure. Here's so that you can get a nice look at the arc reactor that, of course, he steals from Tony Stark. Looking very cool, really love it. It's got a lot of nice detail in there and it's very small, and of course it does actually light up, which I'll show you a little bit later. But overall, looks spectacular in there, and I think it's just very cool that they added such a little small detail. And there isn't glass in front of it, just like the movie, you know, where he goes. You can see Jeff Bridges actually put it in. So overall, very cool. Continuing on with the figure, the metal detail goes throughout it, of course. I love these small like pistons and little joints here that help the legs move. Really neat, and they actually work, which is really cool. They all work on here, which is just spectacular. One of the best things about this toy is that almost all of the features and all that kind of stuff and the look and everything, when it works, it happens just like it does in the movie. You don't really plug in much. It all just kind of folds out and happens just like it does in the movie. So I'll go into that when I go over the features. But you can see here on his left arm, he does have the rocket strapped on there, which is really nice. He got a little LED light there, which I will show later, and really looks fantastic. I love the red, and then the yellow down at the bottom looks very nice in the scope and everything. And then on the other arm, of course, you do have the rotating machine gun, which is really neat. This can rotate, which is cool, and it can also fold up, which is just very nice. Extremely movie accurate, just how it happened. And then he does have this ammo pack. He is so large, it's just like right in front of you. Really neat, I love that. It goes through here back to the other side of his arm. Looks spectacular. And then overall the hands are just really nice. I do love them. They've got a little LED light there. They're very shiny on the inside, and then on the outside they have that cool texturing metal that the rest of the figure has. Just extremely awesome, and like I keep saying, extremely movie accurate. So now let's just go over the legs really fast. So here are the legs, looking very cool. They do have the metal texturing just like the rest of the figure, as well as more of these joints that do work and everything, which is really nice. just so you can get a side view of it. As you can see, looks very cool. The feet are very accurate. And then on the back, here you go. The back of the legs do have some paneling, which is neat. And the whole features, you lift this up and you can fold this back and plug in the boosters. So starting off, going over the features, let's do that right now. So here are the rocket boosters that will plug into the back of the leg. They look really cool. I love the way that they're kind of rounded there, and they look very nice. The only thing is, I wish that they were more hollow, just like, you know, it would have been in the movie. Unfortunately, there's more plastic, which is a little odd because, you know, it would be less plastic if they did make it hollow, but they didn't, but whatever. It's pretty fine, you know, nobody's gonna actually see it at the bottom there. It just plugs right into the back of his leg, which works really well. And what you do is you just flip this panel, and then you just kind of rotate down these panels, which are all individually connected, which is neat. And then they just fold right back up, there you go, into the leg. And there, this opens the two parts, and so let's plug in the rocket booster. So here's how it looks with the rocket boosters in. Very cool, as you can see, very seamlessly done, which is really nice. And these panels all extend so they can totally hide the back and just give it a really cool look. And overall, I really like the way they are. And if I'm not mistaken, that this is the only type of feature that actually doesn't work like it did in the movie. Because of course in the movie, you know, it kind of folds out of his legs, and now you just plug them in like this. But other than this gimmick, everything else, anything else that he does is actually how he does it in the movie, which is very cool. And overall, it's really nice and extremely easy to do, you know, just lift up a panel, plug it in, and you're good to go, which is really nice. So let's turn around and see it from the front. Here's what it looks like from the front. I think it's really nice, and you know, it's nice in the movie how they kind of stick out far. So if you did want to display them, you can totally see them from the front if you're just looking straight on at the figure, and you don't need to turn around to be able to see the rocket boosters. But overall, really nice, and glad they did it, and looks extremely cool. Okay, on to another gimmick that he has, and this one I extremely like. I think it's fantastic because it works just the way it happened in the movie. They could have easily cut corners with this, but they didn't, which is great. So how it works, it's very simple. All you do is just take this panel right here and just move it out. As you can see, reviewing a rocket, then you take this panel up here and rotate it just out of your way, just like that, very simple. And then what you do is just go and pull that up, and I'll show you how that works now. Here, I just want it up a little bit so I can pull it easier. So once you get it, you know, you can grab it, and then it just rotates up, and all these panels come out, which is cool. And then you go up here, and this just rotates down, and let's show it from the front. So here you can see the rocket sitting on his left shoulder, really cool, just like it happened in the movie. Really love that. It is also removable, the rocket, plus it is on a swivel, so you can swivel it around. And then just to go over the rocket itself, because it's very nice, as you can see here, it's got nice gold on it and silver, which is really great. It's very shiny. The little fin goes to the back, if you were wondering. Just it goes up on the back. So yeah, so just like that. So there's only two things that I would have absolutely loved about this gimmick to make it fantastic, but they're completely unnecessary. One thing, you know, I would have loved this thing to be able to fold up so that you can flip it down and then press a button and have it actually light up red like it did in the movie. That would be incredible, but that is over the top. I totally don't expect that, so I'm not complaining about it. I'm just saying that it would be super cool if it could do that, and just overall, but the whole gimmick itself is really neat. They could have easily just been able just to, you know, put a ball joint up here and just have you snap it right in, but they didn't. They had it actually fold out of his back just the way it did in the movie. So now, of course, the Ironmonger has to light up, and this one does light up. Really cool, and it works fantastic. So it's very simple to do. All you do is take the other panel on the side and just move that out like that. And then there's just a little switch in there, and you just switch it up, or actually switch it down, and then the lights are on. So let's go to the front so you can see them. So here you can see it with a couple lights off. Overall, it looks spectacular. Really works great. It gives off a nice white, but with a subtle tone of blue. I think the camera's picking up a little bit more blue than there actually is. It is just the perfect color for Ironmonger. It's fantastic. It really lights up very bright, and just so you can shut off all the lights just so you can see how it looks really cool. I mean, this thing just shines, really spectacular, and looks awesome. And the lights don't stop there. They have lights on the hands, so let's go over that. Like I said, the light does work on the hands, which is spectacular. So let's go over it. So as you can see, if you can see there, just there is a little place for the batteries, as well as just a little switch in the corner, and that will light up the hand light right there, the repulsors, and then a scope light right here. So let's turn off some lights and turn that on. So here's the other side, just as cool as the right side, and overall looks fantastic. Of course, the exact same thing, and the scope is the only thing that's a little different. Lights up the rockets and projects a very long light out, which is actually very cool, and overall just looks really spectacular. So now on to the biggest gimmick of this pack, which is the revealing the Obadiah Stane head sculpt, and this is really cool. I really like this because it works just like it did in the movie. Just same thing about that rocket on his shoulder. Really love that. The panels all flip down just like they did in the movie. I mean, they could have easily been able just to, you know, unplug these and just plug them down here or something like that, but they didn't. They really allowed you to actually do it like the movie, which is cool. And really, it's very simple. All you do is take these chest pieces and just move them down just like this, and get the other side. There you go, just like that. And then what you're going to want to do is they can extend out just a little bit, and while they're extended out, you want to get the reactor, kind of get it from the bottom there. There you go. There, I got it. Just, you got to flip it out just a little bit, and then that'll allow you to just push it down, and overall it is very cool, just like that. And then the chest plating just falls right into place, and then the back of the head is just on a little hinge there, so you can just move it up. And there, as you can see, is Obadiah Stane. So really quick, just to go over the actual head sculpt. Overall, looks very nice. Really do like it. The facial hair, it's as good as it's gonna get. I think that they might have been able to do a little better. I think that it's very hard to do facial hair, but overall it looks good, and the face itself looks really nice. I really do like it. It is on a ball joint, and his necklace is very cool. Necklace is very movie accurate. You do see him wear it in the movie, and the zipper on his vest here, it can be unzipped, and overall very cool. So his range of motion, of course, he does have a ball joint head, so he can just really look wherever you want. And the actual body itself can go left to right. Just a little bit of motion. Overall, it's really kind of cool. And just so that you can see a kind of grand scale of it, here it is. Overall, really nice. I think that he looks fantastic in it, and really do like that. The only issue that I have with it is it's not quite movie accurate. That's the only thing that I'll say. Unfortunately, he is very low in the armor, which I don't understand too much, because they could have easily fixed it. But the problem is, if you actually look at the designs for the Ironmonger, his arms are supposed to go in his arms, and like his hands reach about his elbows, something like that. And as you can see, he's way too low. There's no way that his arms are actually going in there, because the shoulder parts are above him, his body himself. So overall, that's not quite accurate, which is a shame. He is very low, and another way that you can tell is when you put down his helmet, just the very top of his head actually goes into the slot up here. And of course, like in the movie, his head should go all the way up into Ironmonger, and is the Ironmonger's helmet, sorry. And I understand why they didn't have him go all the way up in Ironmonger's helmet, because that would severely lack articulation, but just to have it go up to the roof right here, because this is not, there's no articulation, no moving parts in here, so they could have easily had his head go in there and have him fit a little bit better, but they didn't. For reasons I'm not quite sure, because it doesn't, I mean, it wouldn't cost them any more money just to raise him, and I really don't understand. The only other thing is that I've heard complaints of people complaining that it's not, you know, a removable figure. I think that that's a dumb complaint. I really don't. I have no interest in him being a removable figure. Nobody's gonna remove him, and he looks perfect like this. I have no problems with him not being removable. But overall, it's a super cool gimmick. There's lots of nice detail in here. As you can see, there's wires and everything. Looks really cool. There is a strap there, and overall very nice. Of course, there is a deleted scene of the movie that has him, you know, messing around with the belt and being stuck in the Ironmonger Monger suit before he dies, and overall that's pretty cool if you want to go check that out. But overall, he looks really neat in it, and even being low, it's not a big issue. I mean, when you're looking at it straight on, you really can't notice it. It's when you really get down to how would he fit in here that he's too low. But overall, he looks really fantastic in there, and I really like it. On to Articulation. Articulation with this guy is fantastic and I really love it. Of course, he has a nice ball-jointed head. Looking down, not too much. Unfortunately, there isn't much looking down. Looking up, there is a lot, though. And, of course, complete side-to-side motion. I would have preferred looking down than looking up because he's such a massive figure that I seriously doubt anybody's going to have him looking up. It's anything. But looking down, he could definitely be used in a lot of cool poses looking down. Unfortunate, but not too bad. And it's nothing really to complain about. As far as the shoulders, they're on they're ball hinges right here, which is really cool, and all these pistons and everything, they all work just so that you can see how that kind of looks. See, when you move it back, it retracts, and when you move it forward, it expands. So overall, that's just very cool. There is a bicep swivel. The only problem is it swivels right in between here, and because this piece is connected up here and goes down to his elbow, if you move it, you're going to be moving the piston. So overall, it doesn't really work, not too much, which is a shame, but not bad whatsoever. Arms are on hinges, of course, and they do work, of course, like I've been saying, or this one does, because this one's not connected. So as you can see, that looks just really nice. I really like the way that works. And he does have a really nice waist swivel, of course, that has some great range of motion and really works well. So now let's go down to finish the articulation. Continuing with the articulation, the hands have some amazing articulation, which is just very cool. As you can see here, they are on ball joints, which is really nice. As well as this panel does rotate so that you can have it look nice, wherever you have the arm positioned with a hand positioned, which is really cool. And then all the fingers are individually posable. They're all on two hinges right here, so you can close them up and make a fist if you wanted to, which is just very cool. And really like that. I love the individual articulated fingers, which is just really nice. The thighs have full range of movement. They are on ball joints and hinges, which is great. And all the pistons and everything, they work here, just so you can see it going in and out, how those pistons work. Really neat. I really love that. I think that those are spectacular. The way that they're done is fantastic. Of course, hinge knees, and then down at the ankles, they are just they're hinged, but they also pivot side to side a little bit, which is really nice. So overall, extremely good articulation for the Ironmonger. So here's size comparison with the Hot Toys Red Skull and Hot Toys Mark 1 2.0. As you can see, he towers over them, which is very cool. Really nice. They only reach just above his waist, which is really great. Is it movie accurate? I think that it looks very good, and it pretty much looks movie accurate. I really do think so. The only thing is, when you do just the plain old math, it doesn't seem to add, unfortunately, because just looking at it from Iron Man. Iron Man is 6 feet in the movie, and the toy is 12 inches tall. And the Ironmonger is 10 feet in the movie, so in order for him to be in scale, he would need to be 20 inches tall. And this Ironmonger is 17.5 inches tall. So purely looking at numbers, it doesn't quite fit. Of course, with the animating and different stuff like that, there could be distortions in their actual height in the movie. So, but overall, I think it's fine. I think that it looks great. I think that he's in great scale. You can really do a lot of cool poses with this guy and have them look just like they did in the movie. And overall, I do think that he's in scale. Even when you do the math, although there is room for error because I know there was an Ironmonger actual robot for some of the movie, and then sometimes it was CGI. So there is room for error in the height of the actual movie Ironmonger. But overall, I think that he looks great, and he looks perfectly in scale, in my opinion. So overall, that's very nice. If you're a Marvel Universe collector, then you have to have these guys, the Sentinel and the Galactus, and these are the two tallest MU figures, and I think that the Galactus is my tallest figure of all time. So here they are compared to him. As you can see, he is taller than the Sentinel, which is 16 inches, and he is slightly shorter than the Galactus, which is 19 inches. And on Sideshow.com, he is 17.5 inches tall, extremely tall. If you have these guys, you know what I'm talking about. Really love the size of this Ironmonger. Overall, this Ironmonger figure is beyond incredible, really fantastic, and I think that it is a brilliant representation of the Ironmonger from the movie. I'm a huge Ironmonger fan. He's actually my favorite Marvel character in the movies so far, and overall just it's spectacular figure to go along with that great character, and overall just really done extremely well. The only thing that I was really hoping for when I first saw pictures, I was really hoping for this, and he just doesn't have it, which is a big shame, is the crushed Iron Man helmet, like when he has and he crushes and he throws at Tony Stark. Would have loved that. I think that is it's a smart accessory. I even as a Sideshow exclusive, I would have really thought that they would have done it, and they just didn't. I do not understand it and will not understand it ever. Even in the just before he was released, they released a couple more pictures of him, and in one of those pictures he had a crushed Iron Man helmet, so they can't say they didn't think of it because they took a picture of it, but they just didn't decide to add it with this figure. Overall, that is disappointing, but other than that, this figure is incredible. Everything that you could ask for with the Ironmonger figure, and with most of his features actually working the way they did in the movie. I think that is brilliant. I think that it really just shows the marksmanship of the figure and how it was done when that kind of stuff can be achieved. Very few complaints, and overall an extremely highly rated figure by me, although you do have to pay for that highly rated figure because he is quite expensive. But when you compare him with the other Sideshow figures and what you get compared to this one and compared to a normal one, the money that they're asking for is pretty much worth it, and I do highly recommend it at that price. This is not for the casual Hot Toys collector. This is for the hardcore Iron Man fan, or especially the hardcore Ironmonger fan. It is absolutely worth it if you're one of them. So overall, I highly recommend it, and to definitely go check out toyanxiety.com. A fantastic toy shop. They have all your 1 in 6 scale figure needs, and they also part out figures. The best toy shop that I absolutely love it. Go there for everything. So highly recommend them. Definitely go check them out. And the link will be in the description. So there you go. So an absolutely beautiful Ironmonger figure. I really love it, and yeah, thanks for watching. Chance496 here, and just want to say thank you for watching my review, and to definitely go check out toyanxiety.com today. They're an amazing toy store for all your 1 in 6 scale needs. They have everybody. They sell high quality at low prices. Go to toyanxiety.com today.